Welcome, college basketball fans, to the Full Court Press Podcast with LT and Sammy D. This is the podcast that brings you legendary stories from college basketball's golden era and dives in deep with a current analysis of today's game. Get ready for the most energetic and entertaining college basketball podcast around. Let's get it.
Let me tell you, this is easier than dealing with NIL contracts and whatnot.
You don't know what we're going with, Coach, yet.
I'll take it. Bring it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Talking politics. What are we doing?
Yeah, all right. Hey, welcome to another Full Court Press, a college basketball coaches show powered by the Full Court Network. We got a great one. Sammy D's back with me in the saddle, and we're going to talk some hoops. So don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review. Follow us wherever you can, whether it's Twitter, Instagram. If you're watching us on YouTube, smash the subscribe button. So it's always an honor to have maybe one of the greatest three-point shooters in Hamilton history. I'm a little bit disappointed with his team. He's only shooting about 34.3% behind the three-point arc. This gentleman averaged 51.3% in 1 year. 51.3. That's pretty impressive. We got head men's basketball coach from Stanford University, Kyle Smith. Welcome to the Full Court Press, Coach.
Thanks for having me. I don't know about that. It helps. I had two All-Americans, actually three All-American big guys on that team.
So you were open.
You were open.
Yeah,
you were open.
Wide open.
You still got to make them. You still got to make them. Are you still shooting?
True.
Yeah, you still shooting at practice?
No, it's
these
over.
days. No. All right, it's over. All right,
it's way over. I mean, that's one thing that stays with you a long time is being able to make shots, like make free throws. And then about 3 years ago, I can still kind of, it's like your touch, your dexterity's kind of gone. Sure. I'm like, it's kind of over. I'm watching my son. We got three sons, but my oldest is a junior at Palo Alto and playing. So I'm kind of excited. That's what I'm into now.
Yeah, but you know what's cool, Coach, is in the current college basketball landscape, that record might never be broken.
Nah, there's someone out there. I'm not worried.
I know, there's always someone. It's a single season.
Have you seen Steph Curry play? He inspired a lot of shooting. There's got to be someone coming to Hamilton. I'll be mad if Stockwell can't recruit someone in Hamilton. Now the line's gone back. That helps me a lot. But
So, Coach, you're having a great season, starting off strong. Last year, 21-14. I mean, you've done a really good job throughout your career in all your different stops, whether it's Columbia, San Francisco, Washington State. This is your second year at Stanford, and we see a big jump in a lot of programs. A lot of coaches we've interviewed on a weekly, daily basis. That second year is so crucial. What did you do this off season to kind of prepare you to this early season 7-2 success?
You know what? It was all about retention. I mean, I think this new landscape, and that was when I got here, and really what attracted me to Stanford. I've always thought it was a great job, but I just, like I said, I've used this line 1,000 times, but I was at Washington State, and we're spending so much time trying to secure guys, and we didn't have a lot of money. And I'm calling my brother-in-law, seeing if he can donate another used car to our collective tickets. So I said, this doesn't have a lot. This is really hard to sustain. I always thought Stanford is going to be something. It's a place where people want to be. It's a place of attraction. And even though we're trying to sift out what direction, Stanford is going to go with NIL, the new landscape, I'm closer to my brother-in-law, but I didn't think that was going to be part of the package. I have to call that. So getting those 11 guys to stay to build a culture was the most important thing. And we lost some really talented guys. And I've been at Washington State. We lost guys year over year a little bit to the NBA draft, and a couple to some really big NIL deals. And that was part of that's part of the new landscape. And so we lost three good ones, and it was just really pumping that sunshine into these guys. Like, man, just being committed. It's what I know. Trying to build a program, and culture wins. Everyone says it. We have to believe it. We believe it. There's just not an alternative for us. And I think that's contributed to it. And I think, Stanford, we're going to do it with high school guys. and, telling people, I've always said jobs I've taken over is like, be patient with us. But we're doing things right and everything, process driven. And in the end, when it's, on its feet, we should be something.
Yeah. Yeah. Is it tougher in today's college basketball landscape with all the money floating in to have patience? I mean, you're seeing, some of your colleagues, other programs, before when you get hired to a job, you might have 3, 4, 5 years to build something. Now it's like you have 3 to 5 minutes. I mean,
Yeah, I think that's what I said. I think Stanford's different, but I get it. And I've been waiting for a course correction because it's just unsustainable with how much money. I feel for Mark Pope. Finally, here's what someone that went all out, spent a lot of money. It's a lot of pressure on the kids, certainly a lot of pressure on the coaching staff, and some, they can course correct here, but I'm surprised that it hasn't happened sooner to some of these programs. Mm-hmm. Obviously, Michigan knocked it out of the box. Larry Ellison, Oracle, let's go. They should wear the Oracle logo on their thing, right?
Should. Soon enough.
Whatever. Yeah. But now the one part that's really tricky is this signing of former professionals. They're 22, 23 years old. And that's where we're off the rails long ago, but it just seems like we're just careening even further off the rails with guys that were making high 6-figure salaries and now have come back to college at a certain age. And it's just an area that we're probably going to be hard for Stanford to attract those guys. They usually don't start their pro careers if they have Stanford-like grades.
Right. Sam, I think there's hope for me. 49 years old. I'll be bought for $6.
You still got some eligibility, LT?
Yeah, give me a Big Mac. We're good.
Yeah, everything's on the table.
Give me a used car. I'll take a used car. It doesn't have to work.
Andre Jakimovsky, he had a nice Ford LTD, former cop car, running around Pullman. He was happy as a clam.
I'm sure.
He was really excited he didn't have to drive through the snow. I think part of the deal is he had to get his snow tires. I'm not sure we fulfilled that obligation, but it was pretty good.
Hey, happy players. That's what makes it. That's what makes it. So talk a little bit about your team this year. Obviously, Ibuka Okori's making national headlines and things like that. But you talk about the retention and some of kind of the maturity of some of the older guys. Talk about the makeup of your team. You're playing, 8 guys, 17, 18 plus minutes all. How is this early season games kind of played with what you're putting on the court and seeing?
The way we do things is like you earn it in the summer. Now in the summer it becomes a little more important. You got 4 hours a week. We try to get our guys educated how, with our hustle stats, our system and that. And sometimes they'll produce a guy that you don't see coming. And Luka obviously really took advantage of it, established himself. And I didn't see it quite come until we started playing some other people. I was like, oops. Yeah. Not oops, I was pretty excited. So obviously, running your offense through a fresh is a challenge. He's going to see a lot of different coverages, all that stuff. But that's where we're at. And then a guy like Chisholm Akpara, who's made a nice jump from year over year. And I think we said like he was a transfer from Harvard and it's leveling up. And we're like, hey, it's a little bit like a junior college guy. He started getting going the second half of the year, acclimating. And then over the summer, he did a tremendous job, did a really good job. Ryan Agarwal played a lot for us last year. He had a knee injury, so he's a little slow starter, but he's finally getting back in the groove. And Benny Gieler is our captain. Again, another guy that people didn't anticipate would be in this position, but he's earned it. He's worked hard. He's shooting 40 plus from 3. He's our best on-ball defender. Just done a spectacular job. And we've got another freshman emerging in Oscar Gilte from Belgium. So it's a couple freshmen in there that are contributing along with grad transfer Jeremy Dent-Smith and AJ Rahosi from non-traditional places, Claremont McKenna College and Cal State Dominguez Hills. But it's all kind of come together. You never know, and it's tough. But it's usually going to form about 8 guys that are going to play the bulk of your minutes. Or 9, 10, 11 are capable, and we've got to keep them going because you never know how the season's going to go. But it's definitely a very I was going to say going the season is going to be very democratized scoring, but it's not.
Sure.
One guy kind of emerged there, and then some other guys there, but good group, and we just pride ourselves on having great attitude and working hard. And guys are the biggest thing is I think we got a good group that really values and grateful for the opportunity to be at Stanford.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like they're really buying into kind of the analytical basketball that you're known for, right? You know, I mean, it's been categorized as nerd ball. I'm not sure if you came up with that or somebody else did.
We stole it. We think we came up with it at Columbia, and then I think we heard Harbaugh was doing it at Stanford, and we're like, I don't know who was first, but I don't know if we trademarked it, but they do, and it's an important part of our practice, but it's really a tool for accountability and how we can improve and as a team and as an individual, but still coaching comes down to getting their heads in their hearts. And I think they do a great job there of you got to care a lot about building the culture, building the relationship. It can't just be, they're not robots. It's not an AI basketball team where you're just looking at numbers and, they're human beings, and they have emotions and nurturing those things to become a team.
Yeah. So what does Coach Miles have on you if you're going to San Jose State for a game?
I have no idea. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I couldn't just describe it, but he was a hoot at the. I've never coached against him, but we have this. The Bay Area coaches get together for a banquet in the fall, and he was quite the. We all get to talk. It's kind of a roast, and he might have taken MVP honors. He had a couple of jokes that are out there. So that's about all I got. I don't know what he has on us. He's going to be figuring out a way. I got to figure out a way to guard them. And they're hard to guard. And San Jose's lucky to have him.
Yeah,
he's a coach.
Yeah, we've had him a couple of times. We've gotten to meet him in person too and interview him in person. I mean, we've had other coaches say he's one of the funniest coaches, and he is.
I didn't recognize him. He didn't have his glasses on. I was like, I hadn't seen him in a while, and I didn't know what to expect. I don't know him that well. So he had some jokes that were on the line. I respect it. I can't say they're necessarily politically correct, but it was good. It was a good night. It's good to be able to relax and have fun. We're competing so often.
You can get away with a little bit more at San Jose. Let's be honest. But the question I ask for you is, with the kind of travel, going to the East Coast quite a bit. Has that changed your kind of philosophy on non-conference scheduling?
Oh, 100%. I don't want to leave the time zone. We're gonna, we have a new team, and I think it's gonna, because we're building some high school guys. This freshman class really good. The previous one's fine. They're gonna be good. We had a couple injuries there. This next one's gonna get. So I think it's still a couple years away, but I just don't see the value in us trekking any more than we need to. And I think we can get that done and get ourselves prepared. I think I like the way our schedule fell out this year, getting progressively more challenging, more high majors coming, and it's getting us leading right into ACC play. So that's kind of the model. We're going back to Palm Springs again next year. They really put us up in a nice spot. So it's a good place to become our Stanford grads.
There you go.
We got a little resort area that's been good, and that they treat us well, and we got a couple great games. We got Minnesota and St. Louis.
Yep.
Those are games for us. So we don't like to wander too far. It doesn't make a lot of sense to us.
Yeah, when you kind of look at the ACC from what you've seen so far as a conference as a whole, I mean, do you see that the ACC's improved to where it was last year?
Yeah, 100%. I think it was pretty obvious. Just some programs that made changes got invested. NC State, Virginia, Miami, really got after it, and we always in Duke and Carolina, to say the least. Virginia Tech, I think, Mike Young, and who's a heck of a coach. So, just the non-conference, and when we got together about scheduling and how we get more teams, I think we came away with the Al Davis motto: just win, baby, win as many as you can in the non-conference, and we're a healthy fourth in the Palm. I don't know where we are in the net. it's not that far from third, but just we had a little more success in the ACC, SEC challenge this year. All that stuff matters.
Yeah. I think the SEC is not going to send you any Christmas gifts this year, but
last year we took a beating. We had to hear about it. So some guys, our programs responded, and I think we get to finally participate next year. We got left out the last two, which I wasn't. I didn't even have to
sit and watch for a little bit, So
yeah. Coach, what would you say the biggest misconception of ACC basketball is? I mean, we always hear, especially last year about the SEC. Last year the ACC might have got dumped on a little bit. I don't want to say deservedly so, but it was weaker last year. This year you got to take a big step with the investment. But do you think there's any misconception on the ACC basketball? We see it on Twitter. Which,
I was gonna say, I don't know what the conception was before we have misconception. I've always thought of it as Tobacco Road. I've always thought of Duke, Carolina, obviously, and I always thought it's the league that cared most about basketball. To be honest, I think it's still, even though football's excellent. You had Clemson, who's won national championships, Florida State, who both programs surprisingly aren't as where they normally are, but it's always been basketball. And so I just think the research and get the league's obviously 18 teams now, and to be able to get it to where it should be a 6-7 team bid league if it's done right. Louisville, Stanford, I better get us in there. I better get us in there. I just think Wake Forest, all these programs really took a lot of pride in basketball. And I think that's where we're separated from some of the other. Big 12 does a great job. Big 10 does a great job. But I think the Big 10 and SEC are, they're football forward.
Shifting the conversation to the NIL landscape, right? A program like Stanford at a university like Stanford, high academics, profile, how is Stanford basketball? How are you managing kind of the NIL situation out there?
We're in a very fluid space, I guess. We're more transitioning to understand this was an easy one for Stanford to wrap their head around. We're only about 7 years removed from Varsity Blues, where people were paying $750,000 to get their kids in school here, to now 6 figures and more to have them stay here to play athletics. It's been professionalized, but Stanford brand is about excellence and excellence in everything we do. And with our new president, John Levin, our new AD, John Donahoe, and the steps since I've been here have been incredible. And probably the smartest thing we do is hire Andrew Luck, who embodies everything about Stanford. And he's so passionate about getting this, basketball and football is where they belong and what Stanford's about, like I said. And we're still very good in our Olympic sports and want to maintain that. That's part of our identity. And I came here and said, basketball needs to lean into that. And it's been, they're number one in the country 20 years ago. And I said, I would like to think it's easier to repeat history than create history, but it's going to be, it's a challenge, and we got to get people there. And part of it is retaining guys. So that's probably where the NIL piece is. We have the money. We have a lot of alums that are very well to do. It's just that mindset and that shift that's taking place.
Yeah. And worst comes to worst, you can give them some used cars.
No, I can go back to that.
You can do a little bit better in Palo Alto. That's for sure.
Yeah. Sam, let's get them going here.
Yeah, Coach, we do a little thing called the shot clock. It'll be short, 4 or 5 little questions. I have no idea what LT is going to ask you, but they may lead to one-word answers. They may lead to a short story, but the platform is going to be yours.
All right, I'm terrible in these situations, but I'll give it a go.
We've never had a coach fail except for maybe Kelvin Sampson on the best recruiting story. Best coaching advice ever given.
Trust yourself, from Jamie Dixon. And he was more like, screw your assistants when it comes down to recruiting. You got to coach them.
I like that.
True story. He's like, they're going to jam you up. Like, if you don't want them, don't take them. That was legit. That was good advice.
Okay. One rule you would change in college basketball right now, or college sports in general?
Oh,
Can be on the court or off the court.
let's collective bargaining to put a handle on the NIL. If we could, do that, where I think the players have put themselves in a position to earn money. But if we can put some parameters on that, I think everyone would save some energy and time. That we spend a lot of time on that stuff.
Okay. Favorite?
Okay.
Yeah. No, that's okay. You can keep going. Sorry,
I go straight answers.
You're doing
great. You can go wherever you want.
We're not going to give these results to the dean or anything like that. You're okay.
It won't rescind your Hamilton or San Diego degrees. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Favorite arena that was not your home arena that you've coached in, and your least favorite arena to coach in?
That's a good well. The least favorite's easy. That would be the original kennel in Gonzaga, which was just a barn. And as my dad said, when you're going to be able to coach in a league that doesn't have two walls, they have like two walls, and your bench literally was the first row of bleachers, and there would be fans right behind you. So I can't tell you some of the things that were in your ear, and that was by far the worst. And the best venue might have been, and it was more for my family, is that we got to play Michigan State. Both my parents went to Michigan State, and we competed well. I think we might even get a lead in the second half. So it was a fond experience. I think they highlighted my dad in the crowd and what he's alum. So that was pretty. That was pretty cool.
That's awesome. That's cool. All right, funniest recruiting story of yours?
I don't think I can tell it.
Oh, we've heard it all, Coach.
Yeah, that's for sure.
It involved I won't name names, but it involved the president of an NBA organization currently who was working for me, and he was all excited about this recruit, and he rents a Ferrari. I'm like, I don't think this is gonna fly for our expense report for Columbia University. And he says, "Don't worry, Coach. I got a great deal. I'm paying out of my own pocket." And I go, "All right." So we're zipping around Miami in a Ferrari. Being Ivy League coach is recruiting a guy. And we get in the home, get to pull out the computer or whatever. We do my pitch, do my bit. I look over and the kid's asleep. It gets better. Mom wakes him up and he commits. I'm coming to Columbia.
Oh, I love it.
All good. So, and then he wants to, all he wanted to do is take pictures with us in the Ferrari. So all good. And I was like, and I said, this guy, my assistant, is nuts. And that would be,
well, worked.
It worked. He was pretty talented.
I was good.
Yeah. I would say your recruiting pitch lulled him to sleep.
He didn't like to hear about nerd ball, but he wanted to see that Ferrari.
Show him the Ferrari. It's all good.
Show him the Ferrari. All right, last question until Sam will finish you up. Okay, they're making a Hollywood movie about your life. Okay, who would play you? What would the title be, and what would be the theme song of this movie about yourself?
Easy. Sean Penn.
Yep.
Nerd ball.
Mm-hmm.
Do what you like by Digital Underground.
Oh, I think that's also, LT, the fastest anyone's ever answered that question.
Yeah.
I feel
Have you ever been asked that before?
I've been waiting for a producer or director. I've got the script in my head.
There we go.
I can see Sean Penn. That's pretty impressive.
That's the doppelganger I used to get. That's
100%. Absolutely.
Yeah. Have you ever met? You should try to. Have you ever met him?
No.
You should try to. You should send your script and tell them
going down to Mexico and meet with cartel guys. Whatever.
Hey, NIL baby, NIL.
That might be better than going to Qatar. I don't know. You want to? It's fly Emirates.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
Nutty world.
It is. I like that answer though. That's great. Well, Coach, we appreciate having us on the show, coming on the show. I'm going to turn it over to you the last minute of this episode. If there's anything you want to share to the Stanford alumni, the student section, as you kind of finish off the non-conference schedule, going to ACC play, anything they should be looking forward to, any games you got circled on your calendar you need them to show up at, the platform's yours.
Oh, okay. Hey man, Stanford. I'm talking to Stanford fans.
Yeah.
Yes. Right. Yeah.
Hey,
we're sharing this with them all.
Hey, Stanford basketball is back, and we've got a great young talent in Ibuka Okori. We need to embrace this guy and this team. We have 11 guys back from a 21-win team, and we're about to start league play. We've got Louisville and Notre Dame coming in our first weekend, and Carolina and Duke shortly thereafter. So we're here. It's ACC. I saw everyone show up for the big game. We had 6,000 students there when football got it done, and we need you guys coming out for our games.
Yeah.
Go
yeah.
Cards.
Yeah. Go
Fear
Cards.
the tree.
Yeah.
Fear the tree. Let's go.
Fear the tree. Sam, we got to get out there in the for a conference game and see Coach Smith, aka Sean Penn, in the flesh. But Coach, you're gonna stick on for one more second. Sam, that was a great one. Check out Coach Smith, really good coach. You know, if you're bringing back 11 players from a team the year before in this day and age, you know you got something going on. That's what culture stands for, and that's what culture is about. But thanks for listening. Thanks for watching the Full Court Press, a college basketball coaches show.